Hey guys, well, welcome back to the show today. Today I want to talk about the best hidden secret. The thing I think that is the best thing you could possibly do to be successful as a software engineer or just kind of in the tech industry in general. But honestly, this could probably expand. Well, I know it expands out to other industries. I shouldn't say probably. But before I get into that, I want to talk a little bit about the quality and the amount of videos I'm producing on this channel. So you probably noticed that recently, I've stopped producing as much content. In fact, I'm posting like once every 3 weeks or something. It's because I've been so busy with work and my side projects that it's really difficult to truck out my lighting and my other microphone, the one, I don't know, sometimes it's here so you don't see it, but it's better quality microphone. And then I have to do the editing on my laptop, and this laptop is really slow, and unfortunately the Alienware one didn't work out if you check the last video. But the thing I've been thinking is that the content is the same, right? Like whether or not I edit it or I do all the effects, the content's gonna be the same. So I'm just gonna produce more content and make it less polished, because it's better for you guys to hear the advice I have than for you to not hear it because I just don't feel like editing. Like that's kind of ridiculous, isn't it? So what I recommend is pump this up to 2 times speed, plug in your headphones, and just listen to what I have to say. Like I'm just your friend talking to you, telling you hey, what should work and what shouldn't work. And it doesn't have to be a whole production. This isn't a movie. This is just advice. So that's kind of what I'm going to be doing. And I hope to be making more content because of that. So this is episode 1 of less polished content, but still good content. So today I want to talk about, what I wanted to talk about was mentorship. So mentorship is an interesting thing because if you listen to rap music, for example, it's kind of a really weird example for me to give, but rap music, when you listen to it, people always talk about how they did it all by themselves, oh, everybody tried to get in my way. I was listening to Drake's song earlier and he said that everybody I met got in my way. And I was thinking about it, I was like, that's just not true. It just absolutely is not true. We have this idea that you're supposed to do everything yourself, and that if you're not doing everything yourself, then, well, you're not really doing it, or you didn't earn it, or we think that the greatest people of all time were born great or something. And it's just not the case. It's really not true. So what most and basically every successful person in the tech industry and every industry has done is through their lives, they've had certain mentors. And these mentors have been able to show them where they're going wrong, where they can go better. And these mentors are the difference between a company you've never heard of and a company turning into something as big as Facebook. Mentors are so transformational. It's transformational in a company's life and a person's life that they really make or break. And one thing I think people miss out on is they miss out on getting a mentor for their regular life. You're in school probably right now, you're watching these videos. You could do with a mentor. You could do with somebody that will help you, study for exams. You could do with a mentor that would help you, just give you advice, actually. Not really help you. It's not like they're going to help you do your homework. It's more so just giving you advice. And that's kind of what this channel is built around, is I'm trying to mentor all of you at the same time. But I get a lot of requests to mentor people individually, hey, can you jump on a call with me? Can you review my resume? Obviously don't have time to do it with everyone because we just hit 2,000 subscribers. By the way, shout out, 2,000 subscribers, big deal. So obviously can't do it for everyone, but you would be shocked at how nice people are. There's this clip, I'll see if I can play it over this, of Jurassic Park, where there's a little kid and the little kid wants to talk to the main character about his book and asks him a bunch of questions, and the main character guy wants nothing to do with this kid, so he basically shoos him away. And I think that's what most people think, that's how most people think the world works. If you try to go to an expert or you try to go to somebody that's above your station and talk to them and ask them questions and be interested and be motivated, they'll just shoo you away because they're so busy. But it's actually the opposite. It turns out when you do that and you show people your interest, your drive, your motivation, your curiosity, they're going to reciprocate that because they're going to see a lot of themselves in you. and it's almost going to be like this parental relationship where they want to help you, they want to see you succeed, and they're going to go out of their way to do that for you. But there's one thing that you have to consider when you're getting a mentor, and that is that like you are not entitled to any help, absolutely none, right? So when you reach out to a mentor, it's your job to make it as easy as possible for that mentor to say yes. And I'm going to give you an example here. Let's say you lived in Seattle, right? And you messaged me and you said, hey Jason, like do you want to meet up? I'd like to talk to you or something. Like, I'd probably say yes because you're in the city, whereas it's a bit easier for me to, and I can get out of the house and like meet someone, but like you're not really making it worth my while because you're not really like putting anything up. You know, like if you were to say, hey Jason, I'm in the city, let me buy you lunch. All of a sudden that brings you like a million times above where everybody else, like everybody else is just asking for help and expecting it. Whereas you are like putting something up, being like, hey, this is valuable. I know your time is valuable. So first off, I'm not going to take more of it than I need. And one thing I get a lot is people asking questions that I've answered a million times in my videos, which by the way is fine because I know people don't watch every video, but if you're going to request an hour of my time, I hope that you've watched the videos that like have in the title, you know, what I'm going to explain in that video. If you haven't watched the video, the answers are in the video, right? So I'm not going to, if somebody asks me a question I've answered in the video, I'm probably not going to meet up with them. So, you know, keep in mind the person's time is valuable and put something up, like make it worth their while. Make it as easy as possible for them to say yes. And then once you've really started forming that relationship, it's not like you have to buy them dinner every single time you talk to them, but you're trying to break into a relationship. You're trying to like break that wall. And when you're first doing that, you should put something up. I mean, if it's just online, I'm not suggesting that you like, I don't know, send them Bitcoin or something ridiculous, right? But I just mean make it as easy as possible. I have an example. There was this guy in, I believe he was in Nigeria that I talked to a few months ago, maybe like 6 months ago. And it was like 7 p.m. my time. He said, hey, what time works for you? Like anytime. And I said, oh, you know, I finish work and then I do this and that. So 7 p.m. works for me. So when I got on the call with him, I think it was 7 p.m. Don't fact check me on this. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning his time. I didn't even know that. I was like, dude, like, why is it so dark there? And there was some other stuff going on. And he's like, oh, it's because it's 2 o'clock right now. And I was like, what? Like, I didn't even realize it was 2 o'clock in the morning. But that's a really good example of how he went, like he showed how he showed that he understood that my time was valuable by making it as easy as possible for me to say yes. I told him the time that worked best for me and he worked around it, even though it was difficult for him. So that's a great example. Buying someone lunch, great example. These are ways that you can start forming relationships. So yeah, that's basically all I have to say. Those two things. Make sure that you acknowledge how valuable their time is and you put something up. Make it as easy for them to say yes as possible. Okay, well, with that, I'm sure I'm going to get a bunch of mentor requests. I've been getting like 2 or 3 a day lately, and I try to respond to questions, but I try to respond to questions. If you guys have questions, let me know or leave them in the comments. And also check out the Discord. There's so many students in the Discord that sometimes they have even better advice than I do. So I mean, go check it out. There's tons of people there. I check in about once every few days and answer any questions I see. And so yeah, definitely do that. And I will see you guys in the next episode. If you guys like this new format where I'm just kind of like freeballing it, just let me know. And if not, well, we'll see. All right, thanks so much, guys. I will see you in the next one.